Hack the Box Bug Bounty CTF was a couple weeks ago, and I'm still showcasing some of the challenges. This is OXDF, and today we're looking at SpeedNet. It's all about GraphQL. We are going to look at GraphQL introspection to leak a lot of endpoints, and maybe we'll find an endpoint that we aren't supposed to have access to and use that to do something we shouldn't. We're going to find an IDOR in one of those endpoints and access data about another user. And then we're going to use GraphQL batching, which basically allows us to send many requests in one, and where it's going to allow us to brute force a 4-digit PIN code where maybe without this batching, we would get stopped by rate limits, or we wouldn't be able to achieve the brute force in time. Let's go and take a look. So I'm here on the CTF platform for Hack the Box. We'll click on SpeedNet and check out the challenge. It's an internal, let's make it a little bigger, an internet service provider platform that enables users to purchase internet services. We invite you to participate in our bug bounty program and identify potential vulnerabilities within the application and retrieve the hidden flag on the site. For your testing, we've provided an additional email service. Please find the details below. Email is at IP port/emails, and the email address is test.email@htb. That's kind of cool. It gives us a email. Maybe we're going to be doing some password resetting, so we can actually play with it and receive email. That's very cool. There's 4 bug bounty reports here. I'm going to start with the second one. This one is all about GraphQL introspection, and basically shows us the query. There's this really long query that shows how if an endpoint is misconfigured, we can actually get it to just dump the full API for us. And so we can see what all that's available and what we might want to use and what maybe it shouldn't have been exposed. They show us a burp extension that will do that for us as well. And then they also talk about how they were able to leak a reset code that they weren't supposed to be able to get access to gain access to an account takeover. Good blog post, recommend reading it. The first and the third ones are all about batching. And batching in GraphQL basically says I can send multiple requests at once. And as long as I put some labels on them that are different, I can get the results back for each of them. And so this will show up in this case. This user is able to create 64,000 reports in only 100 requests in over 40 seconds, which is well above the limit of 500. In this one, they show how they can just batch these together. They didn't actually show a specific vulnerability or how they got a bug bounty on this one. But the idea is you can batch these requests and it allows you to bypass rate limits. And so we're going to use that when it comes to a password two-factor token where I have to, it's a 4-digit token. I can't brute force them one by one because I start setting off rate limits. But what if I send 100 at a time, 1,000 at a time? And then this last blog post goes into just all of these attacks. It's got introspection, query mutation, batching attacks. So there's a lot in here, but we've kind of covered the things we need to cover. So let's go ahead and spawn ourselves the challenge. I'm over my VM now. We'll go ahead and paste the thing here. And I'm actually going to start with the email. Make sure we go HTTP. Just make sure I understand the email system before I have to start using the site. This does get a little bit weird. Like if you leave the slash off the end, it starts redirecting the redirects, drop the port and things. So you just want to type this in perfectly the first time. But if you do, you'll get into here. And this is like my email inbox. And my email address is test.email.htb. I can't send this, I can't reach this externally, but it's going to be useful for the site. Okay, so we'll come back here in a new tab and open up the main site. It's a lightning fast internet service. I'm going to start just by, I'll make sure, so you can see I'm Foxy proxy is configured to go through burp because it detects, I've got my rules set up that if there's a colon port in the host that it just sends through burp by default. So I'm just going to start kind of clicking around, viewing what's here. Free trials, login, plans, nothing interesting. Not much here I can do without logging in. I could go to the login page and try some queries here, but I don't have an email address. There's not a lot I can do here. There is a forgot your password page. We'll certainly be coming back to that. Let's go ahead and register. So we'll be OXDF. We will use, I forget, is it test at emails.hack.htb, I believe. First name doesn't matter. Last name has to be something. We'll make that. Phone number doesn't matter. Address. And then a password, we'll just do OXDF and create. And boom, it worked. So now we're logged in. Okay, it takes me right to my profile settings. I can change things. I can't change my email. That's okay. Did I get any email? Let's see. Did it give me a registration? No, nothing exciting there yet. We can turn on two-factor authentication. That's an option. Let's go ahead and turn that on just to experiment with how it works. I did update my profile. That worked well. There's a profile here. There's billing. This doesn't do anything, so not much there. Usage, just some charts. That's about it. There's not much interesting to do there. Let's see what two-factor looks like. We can log out and log back in. What was it? Test at email.htb, password oxdf, and I log in. Invalid credentials. Is it emails? Did I put in the wrong thing? Okay, it is email. It is email. Oh, but I registered under the wrong address. That's why I probably didn't get an email. And so it sent my email. We're gonna have to register again. Let's see. Username oxdf2. Test at email.htb. First name doesn't matter. Last name doesn't matter. Phone number doesn't matter. Address doesn't matter. And we'll password of oxdf. We are in. Now, do I get an email? I hit welcome to ISPSnet. If you have questions, blah, blah. Okay, so we're in. We got another account. That's fine. Let's try turning on two-factor again. And we already kind of saw what was here, so we log out. Now we wanted to see test at emails.htb, password oxdf, asking for two-factor. Let's come back here and refresh, and boom, we're getting, here's a two-factor code, 9019, paste it in, and we logged in. Easy enough. The other feature that might be worth checking out real quick is what about the forgot your password? What does that look like? So if we do email address, test at email.htb, we've reset the password, it's been sent. And okay, so they send us a link to visit. I haven't set up SpeedNet.htb, but we'll just go to reset password and this token. It's good for 60 minutes. That's good to know. So I'll come here, paste that in. We'll probably have to get rid of that. And boom, it's asking me for a new password. I'm just going to use the same password because I'm lazy and it's been reset and I can log in. Okay. So that's basically the site. I've understood all of the functionality to it. Let's go look at the requests in Burp. Now, what I love about the way Burp handled, because I just did all that through Burp, all of this stuff is just here for me to see, so I can see what requests I was making. And you right away, I guess we'll start with looking at what / gives us. There is nothing really interesting here. There's Nginx as the server header. That's fine. It doesn't really tell me what's going on behind it. I can try to get like a 404 page, but it's a custom 404 page, so no real hints there. I could look at the source. Nothing interesting there. So don't really know what's going on behind there, but I do see this GraphQL. And so that right away I'm thinking, okay, it's using GraphQL. And the way GraphQL works is that all these requests just go to the GraphQL/GraphQL, and then they have these queries that are sent in, so this is the register one. Move this up so we can see it. So here's get user profile. You can see it passed in a user ID there as the variable, and it asked in response to get the, here we go, ID, email, first name, last name, address, phone number, and two-factor enabled, and that's what all shows up over here. What else do we have? Update profile. So we saw I did that. We have getting invoices. We have user profile again, usage stats, login again, because I had to log in after I logged out. Here's login again, register, get user profile, update profile, login. Here's verify two-factor. So that's an endpoint that shows up once I'm verifying two-factor. Getting user profile again. There's forgot password. So I'm sending it there, and it says password instructions have been sent to your email. And then, oh, here's me resetting the password with a token and the new password. So that's good. We understand stuff here. There's a few different things we can look at. Right away, I noticed, one thing we can check real quick, and it's exciting to go to the GraphQL stuff, but I've got this get user profile. Let's go repeater. I think I'm logged in as the first, as my bad OXDF one here, but let's see, can I read my good OXDF one? And I can. Here's my test at email. So I can get that one. If I change it back to 2, you'll see this goes to test at emails, I think. Yeah, so there's the first one. What if we go to 1 and see what's there? But boom, we got admin at speednet.htb. So we've just leaked the admin's email address. This is an IDOR vulnerability because I can change this ID and get back other things. So that's good. We're also going to note this email address because now we can try to reset it. But let's keep going here. Let's go back and look at GraphQL. I have, let me pull up my Firefox again real quick. This query right here. We're just going to grab this query, and it's long, but we'll just run with it. And we'll come here and let's send this repeater to another repeater tab. And we're just going to replace the whole query right there. And all this junk, that's just an introspection query. If we run it, You can see here we get a list of all, this is just enumerating. You can see it's quite long, all of the endpoints and things that are available. We could look through this manually, but I'm going to show you a better way in a second. So well, I guess now, let's go to extensions. And this was, there's an extension that was called out in the blog, in that blog. Let's grab it real quick. That is called InQL. And so we'll come back here under PF Store, search InQL. There it is. Install. And looks like it's installed now. So we can go, oh, it's, I got a tab here. Cool. So let's come up here and we'll grab view, paste it in here, and then just change it to GraphQL. And now we hit analyze, and boom, you can see over here, here's all the queries we can run. Here's the mutations we can run. Mutations are basically, so think get requests and post requests almost. Subscriptions are nothing available, points of interest. So now we have a nice way to put, so we want to see what the current invoice, or what was something we actually saw, update profile? No, here's user profile, right? So it takes an int and it can return any of these fields here, phone number, plan. We saw it grabbing some of those. Right away, the thing that jumps out to me is that I've got forgot password, which we saw in use, and I've got dev forgot password. Now, what would that mean? That's interesting and it's worth looking at. Let's come back here and we will go to login, say forgot password, and let's grab that email address that we found earlier. Repeater in there. Let's grab this. admin@speedtest.htb. And let's reset the password. You probably wouldn't do this in the real, well, maybe you would, but it just says it's been sent to our email address. So not a lot we can do there without controlling their email. So well, let's take a look at the request. Come down here and here we go. So let's send this over to repeater, and we will say, what if we change this from forgot password to dev forgot password? I think I just need to change it there. Let's try that. Yep. So this query up here, this thing is almost like a label that's on the query, and then this inside the thing is the actual query. And so I changed that function to dev forgot password, and boom, dev only password reset token is blank. So I've got the password reset token for this user. That means if I come here and let's see if I can copy, boom. I better go, let's go to my email here. We'll grab this /reset password reset password token equals. Come here, reset password token equals, and then we'll grab this and copy you, paste it in, and let's set a new password, oxdf. It has been reset successfully. Let's sign in. Where's my email? admin@speednet.htb. Paste you in. Password oxdf. Two-factor. They just sent a two-factor. And there's no, we could look through the ones, but there's no like dev way to leak the two-factor code. So what are we going to do? My first thought is like, let's go ahead and try to brute force it because it's only 10,000, right? Four characters. So we'll put in 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't guess right. If we go to the proxy, it'd be really funny if I was making the video and I just happened to guess it, 1 in 10,000. Okay, we got the query here. So let's go ahead and try to do this in curl. We'll grab this copy as curl command. There it is. I'll come to bash. We'll paste you. A lot there. Let's make sure it works. It does. Let's go up here. I always like to get rid of things we don't need. Let's go to the end actually. So we need the target. We need this long GraphQL string. We'll take all of that. Where does that start? So data binary there. Let's go back here. Cool. We definitely don't need priority. We definitely don't need connection keep alive. We probably don't need origin. We don't need length. That'll get set. I'm going to leave this. It's kind of interesting that there's a blank authorization header. I'm going to leave that for now. I'm definitely going to leave the content type application JSON. Things typically need that. I'm going to get rid of the referrer. Let's try that. Make sure it still works. Okay, it does. See, what if we try, maybe we can try getting rid of the authorization, see if it matters. I like making it as clean as possible just because it's easier to work with. Seemed to work. Okay. Come back here. We definitely aren't going to need the encoding, the accept language, that we don't need the user agent. We don't need the host header. We don't need to specify it's a post. We don't need a K because we're not doing insecure stuff. S is fine. I don't even know what I does. Let's get rid of path as is and run this again. And boom, we're getting some. Oh, I was print the headers. Okay. I actually like having I in there. Let's put that back. Cool. Okay. Now I want to try to put a different thing there. So let's do like export I equals 9999. And then we're gonna come down here. Where's our data? And inserting variables into bash strings is such a pain, but we have to close this single thing, open a double, $i, close the double, open that, and I think that should do it. That looked good. I think that worked. Now, instead of, we can do, but just be careful. I'm gonna say J here, and we'll do 4J in 1000. I really should start at 0, but 0 padding out is really a pain in bash. So I'm just gonna take my 9 and 10 chance that I get it going from 1000 to 9999. We'll do echo minus n percent j colon space, and then we will curl all that stuff, and then we will done. And let's see. We probably need to do some grepping in here. Okay, so let's do for my curl. I'm going to grep message. So now we can see, cool. We're seeing that it's failing. That's looking pretty good. Wait, but did you notice now it's stopping to fail? We better figure out what's going on there. Let's go back up. Let's go ahead and grab. Let's change our grep, because that failing is bad. Like getting back no message is weird. So let's see what happens if we do HTTP. We run this and we're getting a bunch of OKs, and was about 20. Look, too many requests. Okay, so this is our problem. We are limited to, I don't know, some number, like we're getting through like 20 requests before we have to stop. And so we have to, if we try to do 10,000 and we only have 5 minutes to do it, because it said it was good for 5 minutes in the email, we're not gonna be able to make it through. Which all of that curling stuff was just to sort of show that this is not the way. We can't brute force this way. But what we can do is use batch queries. So let's go back over here, and I'm gonna work with an easier query to work with. Let's find my repeater tab, user profile. Then let's go back up here again. The first thing I want to do, there's multiple ways to send this, but what I really want to do is simplify this query down, but make sure it still works, and then we can work on making batch queries. So we're going to get this one. We're going to make this name simpler. That shouldn't change anything. Whoa, it did change things. Oh, let's see. I think we're going to put the user ID in here. Let's say 1. We'll get rid of variables. Did I delete something necessary? No. I don't think we need that comma. Let's try there. Yeah, so we're still getting stuff back. Okay. Now if I'm doing user stuff, I don't really need all this stuff. Let's just grab email. And a lot of this white space is not necessary. It's meant just to be nice for GraphQL, so all of that. Got the user email, beautiful. We can get rid of some of this white space. Awesome. Get rid of this leading white space, and there we go. How nice this looks. Okay, so we have query, user email, blah, blah, blah. Now let's add a new line here. Nope, wait, this would be, yeah, here. And add another query, and we'll call it query 2. Put that here, and we'll call it query 2, and we'll leave user ID 2. And send this, let's see if it works. That did not quite work. Let's figure out what this needs to do. This needs to be query is query. Oh, that's because, okay, I didn't quite do it in the right spot. So query is still gonna be the same. It's here, I need to give it name. So we'll call it Q1, and we'll do that. And then get rid of U all the way, back to just having one query called Q1. And that the result is called Q1. Now what I can do here is inside of this, I can do new line Q2 colon, we'll say user profile here. And these don't even have to be the same, but we're just kind of showing them as the same, but we can do that. Boom. And so now we're getting back, we're running multiple queries within the same query. And we're going to use that to get through here. Let's open up VS Code. We're going to have to code this. This is what makes it more of a medium, in my opinion. We will say brute.py, and let this come up here, and we will import sys, import requests. Probably all we're going to need. Always like to start with a help. So we'll say if len this rv, we don't know how long it's going to be yet, so hold on for a second. It's not equal to something, print, and we'll print our usage. What do we need for our usage? So it's going to be usage, usage like that. Sys.argv0 is the name of the script that's running. We'll need the URL because our URL might change, and we'll need a token. I don't know if you look, I don't think I called it out, but when I try to do this reset, proxy, I'm going to need this token. What is worth noting, or we should verify, is if I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, fine. If I put in 1, verify OTP, it still failed. Probably the wrong length, but let's just verify again. Each time that token is the same. I don't know where it's getting set, but we have one token for this login session, it seems. So I bet you, let's see, it probably comes from 2FA required, and then there's a token. So when you log in, it says 2FA is required. Here's your token. Use that token to get the 2FA, to match 2FA. Okay, so we're gonna need that token. Come back here, token, looks good. So now I think I'm feeling pretty good about this is 3. Sys.exit, and we'll look good. Okay. URL is equal to sys.argv1. I probably want it to, we can be, why am I typing commas there? Maybe we'll do if sys.argv1 ends with GraphQL, else sys.argv1 we'll do strip, take off any trailing things, and then do slash GraphQL. Nice life hack there. Basically just saying, if I can give it the IP or the GraphQL thing. That'll be nice. We can say token is equal to sys.argv2. All right, so what are we going to next? We'll say for I in range 0, 10,000. I'm gonna make this a variable just so I have it. Say step equals 1,000. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go bigger or smaller with that. We'll test it. We'll say print testing I through I plus step. Typing. Step. And then we're gonna say response is equal to make request of I plus step. Obviously, we're going to write that function. Then we can say, let's look at what our results look like. So when we ran, where are we? Here. Where was my Peter? Here. So we're going to have data, and then we're going to have the name of our search, of our find, and then we're going to have the results there. So, and when we log in, we tried this legitimately. We have done a 2-factor. I don't know when it is. So we're just going to do login test at what was it? Email.htv, password oxdf. Hopefully we get a new mail with a new code. 16, let's do that. Look good. Let's go back to burp. Paste that. This is going to be our profile. This will be our verify 2-factor. And so the data is going to come back as verify 2-factor. That looked good. If I send this to repeater, in fact, I probably don't need all this stuff, right? So we'll just say, we're gonna need to simplify this eventually. Anyway, what happens if we send it now? It's probably not gonna work because it's already taken, invalid or expired. Okay. Let's go ahead and okay, we're gonna come back here and try it again. Here we have this. Oh, we have to try one. So 1, 2, 3. Whoa, yeah, there it looks good. Invalid. Grab you, send to repeater. Okay, let's see. How do we make this? Again, try to make it simpler. We should not need this at all. So I think I can get rid of this and send. Token variable is not defined. Okay, so that's okay. So now I can replace the variable. So we'll say, let's say that. OTP is not defined. Perfect. Okay, so we'll put that. We'll do backslash thing, and in here we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can get rid of variables entirely. And send you. Is it still good? Invalid or expired? Okay, now we're looking good. There's some white space here. There's the tokens. Get rid of this. Let's just do space. I want to get rid of all of these. Let's see, user opened one, closed one. So like that. I wonder if I was missing. I might have been just short a bracket there. Yeah. Okay. So we're good here. I'm not exactly sure what I changed differently, but we've got a good looking thing here. Get rid of a little bit more white space, and boom, this all looks good. Now the question. This is data. So now if I put labels in here and call it v1 colon, and then after token, I say new line v2 colon. We do verify token all the way to there. Copy, paste. We'll make this 1, 2, 3, 5. We send. We now have 2 failures, and we have data of v1 and v2 is null, which is cool because now if we come back here, we know what that's going to look like. We can say something like, what do I want to do? I'm going to say print k comma v for k comma v in response.json, and then I want data get data, and then that items. So that's going to return the key and value. So it's going to be v1 null, v2 null, etc. And I only want this if v. And so this will probably, for most things, print empty, but for the one it doesn't, it's going to print the token for me. I can also say, in fact, we'll just do this. Result equals view if any result, if results, because empty set won't be nothing. If there's anything in there, we will break. We will print results. We will break points just because I want to be sure, and we will break. And that will end our loop, and we will be done. Now we just need the make request function. So let's come out here and do it. I guess we'll do it at the top. Make def make request start end. And what is this going to look like? Okay, so our query is going to equal this. Nope, let's just make this string right here. And the string is going to be that. And what are we going to do? So we want this thing to up through mutation. It's going to be the start of it. Close off. Now we're going to say for I in range start end. We're going to say query plus equals, and then we're going to say v, and this is going to be I. Then we're going to do verify 2-factor. Token is going to be just token. So I guess I can do token like that because I use single quote up here, so I can use double in there. OTP, same thing. I can do that and do I04, and that I said that was hard to do in Bash. It's really easy to do in Python. We just padded it out. Then now I want a real looking these squiggly brackets inside an F string are signifying variables, but I want an actual squiggly bracket, so I put double squiggly like that, and then a new line, and we can get rid of the rest of you like that. So now I'm going to build out all of my things. I don't think I meant to have a quote there. I think I just do that. And that should build out my list of all the things. And then I need to close it. So I'm going to need the end. What does that look like? Probably just another set of that. So now I'll say query plus equals close thing. Now if that's, we'll give that a try. So data is going to equal query like that. And now we can say return request dot post URL, which we already have. Headers, we're going to want to make sure we include that content type application JSON, and we need JSON equals data. And I mean, we could be done. Let us give that a try. I wonder if I need a new token. Let's go ahead and get a new token just to be sure, because I don't want to be screwed up by that. So we'll log in. We will do admin at speednet.htb, password oxdf. we will try to log in. Oh, we don't even need to. We can go into proxy here. The response has the token right there. We'll try this. I'll come down here and I will UV run script brute work. Yeah. If that doesn't work for you, I think I probably have Python somehow installed in my system wide, or sorry, Python request installed system wide. If it doesn't, you can do something like UV add script brute.py, and then you can do requests like that. I'm gonna add up here at the top. I think. Let's see. Did it not? Ooh, hold on. Let's save this. Let's save this. Then add. Then close. Don't save. Okay. Hopefully we got it all. Yeah. Okay. So that looks. Oh no. No. Oh man. Okay. I think we can do it from memory. Let's just write it again. So basically that added the dependencies up here. But I lost my def make request. You might just have to bear with me for a second. I'll probably speed through this. Okay. So I've just recreated that. I'm pretty sure it looks like how it looked before. We've got the metadata up here. So now if I do UV run script, it should work fine. The UV run script root install dependencies, it worked great. Let's grab the URL here. That still need a token. Had that somewhere. Copy, paste. We are testing. Didn't have items need. Did I mean item? Yeah, almost assuredly. Where are we? Items. Run that again. Nothing there. Testing the next 1,000. I mean, we'll see in a second if this actually has any chance of working. But boom. We worked. Oh, I don't have an endpoint. So, but you can see we worked right there. Let's make this a little cleaner. We can say result is equal to that if result print result break. Now we run this again, and oh, it's not going to work again because that thing's probably used. But so now you can see we're testing. But what we get there, and what's really the important part is, let's go up here and grab this token. Let's try again. Go up here and grab this token. And if I copy this, come back to my session, we will log in. Do I have any cookies here? Inspect. Storage. Nothing set. Let's log in as me. We'll do test at emails.actthebox oxdf and log in. I didn't have two-factor on this one. Dang. Login. Test at email.actthebox oxdf. Come back here. Do I get anything? I do. Copy it on my clipboard. Boom. Okay. We come back to there. We copy you. Come back here. We inspect. We have storage. We check for cookies. There are no cookies. Oh, local storage. Oh, it's in local storage. Okay. We have our token here. Let's delete you and update you and request. And we are logged in as the admin. We have billing and we have a flag. This was challenging. I mean, this went on for a long time. There's just a lot of room to make mistakes. But it was a really good exercise for learning GraphQL exploitation. So I enjoyed that. I've actually learned a lot looking through these bug bounty reports and working through this. But we did solve it. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for sticking around with me. And I'll be back next time. Cheers.